Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's day 9 and let's talk to the technician.
You also... You look hurt. What happened? Are you blind? I got too much radiation exposure. I feel awful. We have to come up with a better radiation protection in the future. Yeah. Make it our top priority, alright? For now, just remember to keep the radiation barrier on, okay? Radiation filters will speed up my recovery. At least when I'm inside. Hey, I found this. I brought it on this mission, but thought that maybe it could mean something to you too. My lucky old multi-tool. No wonder you took it with you. This little baby never ever let me down. Yep, I thought it might come in handy. Of course, every man of the house should have one. It sure helped me feel like one when the time came. Thanks, man. Something you wanted to discuss with me? I wanted to congratulate you. On what? Having a smart me on board. Seriously? Yeah, I flipped through some manuals while you were sitting on your hands. Looks like we had the base operating in minimum maintenance mode. Oh? Yeah. But I played around with functionality options and, hey presto, we got some new handy toys unlocked. Tools in the workshop and such. Wow. Oh, thanks. I can't wait to check them out. No problem. There's also some upgrades available in the building module. Sound like something you like to play around with too? Sweet. We could do with some improvements here. Sure, but don't start fantasizing too much. Remember, everything costs resources. So, wherever we are and however long we're staying, it might just be wise to see if we can set up a mining outpost instead of relying on shallow deposits. Just in case. Sound advice. I'll consider.
I need a drill, mining outpost, and I'm gonna upkeep 3 filters and 2 repair kits for now. Let's activate radiation filters, and I'm also going to assign technician to workshop. There are 4 bars here. Only 2 are filled up. That means he's only happy enough to work for 2 bars, which is 7 hours. If he gets happier, he will work longer. Find a route for the base. Okay, let's go explore. So now technician will make a drill for me.
So, this is why we stopped. A lava river. Plan B then, I guess. We'll need to figure out if there's a way around. Wonder how many more surprises this planet has in store.
Not gonna mine these 2 deposits yet, but I will eventually. There are two sources of metals nearby, metal deposits and enriched metals deposit. Approach them to learn more. This deposit will allow you to mine metals at a normal pace, without any health risks. Hold F to send scan wave. The wave appears on the scanned ground and moves towards the deposit. Follow the wave to find it. Sending a scanned wave costs 1 energy. And I'm gonna place mining outpost here. Enriched metal deposit. This deposit allows you to mine metals and enriched metals, which can be further refined. Mining this deposit is quick, but contrary to the other deposit, it's placed in an area with a high level radiation. Secret alien. A murderous alien hides among the crew of space station. Friendship will be put to the test.
Awesome. Another movie.
Rubber duck. I got it at an event at the uni. The guy who handed it to me promised that talking to the duck would help me prepare for exams. He wasn't wrong. Since I left the uni, it served me more as a silly anti-stress trinket. Lava lamp. A silly thing I asked mom to buy me when I was a child. I loved it, then grew bored with it and threw it into the attic. I found it again many years later and started to appreciate the calm, almost hypnotizing moves of the goo. I wonder if mom also appreciated it.
Yes. I was missing that.
I'm gonna mine normal metal because I don't want to micromanage radiation at the moment. This pylon, I'm gonna place it here. Because I'm gonna place another one there to farm organics. Is drill done? It is done. There it is. With it, I can drill this.
These loose rocks look like they might be passable. Only I had a tool to drill through them.
Now I'm also gonna need cartridge. So let's uphold 2. I could scan this for the deposit. If you place multiple scanners, you can remove all of them by holding right-click. This is way back, so I won't go that way. That's Rapidium site.
Okay. This is not good. We are surrounded. For Plan B.
Travel pylon. The travel pylon is a useful structure for exploring terrain far away from the base. When built, it works as a fast travel point as well as a regular pylon that connects to the other structures. It comes equipped with a charging station for replenishing energy. These are minerals. I would like to find 20 now, if I can.
Hey, what's this? It's triggering the alert in my suit. I need to learn more about this thing.
Nice, I got 20.
Huh. That must be another one of those cargo drops. Except that doesn't look like the crew's personal luggage.
Damaged chip found in a cargo drop. Perhaps it can be repaired.
Might be worth checking out. Huh. Looks like some kind of device. Maybe there's a way I could use it.
Calendar. A calendar from over a decade ago, with photos of luxury cars. Whenever I felt like a loser doomed to spend his life in a mining town, I dreamt of having one of them. In my fantasies, I would just hop in my muscle car and drive away from my miserable life into a cheesy sunset. Never looking back. University hoodie. The official hooded sweatshirt of my university. I remember feeling so proud when I wore it for the first time, like I belonged to an elite group. Of course, it's also a reminder of me leaving that group. Well, at least it's warm and comfy.
Yes, I was missing that.
before I go back, I want to get some Rapidium. Which is here. I'll take, let's say, 82 for now. And let's go back. I don't need organics yet. I can get some energy back here.
You also... Look what I found. Any idea what it could be? Let's see. It looks like a qubit chip. Qubit chip? Yeah. Like an enhanced storage for quantum computing operations. It could be useful for increasing the efficiency of our QC unit. Not to mention accessing new tech in the research lab. It looks broken. Perceptive. A little love in the workshop should get it up and running. Gotcha. Thanks. Hey, I found this. I brought it on this mission, but thought that maybe it could mean something to you too. My lava lamp? You kept it? Sure. It's one of a few cool keepsakes from our childhood. Yeah. Mom and I like to sit by it in the evening, talking and joking. It reminds me of that period when life was challenging, but also really fucking great. Okay, I went beyond the rocks. It doesn't look good. The lava river is vast as hell. I'll be straight with you. There's no way around it. Holy shit. What now? I guess we need to get across somehow. Any ideas up your smart-ass sleeve? So now I'm smart, huh? Well, actually, I do have an idea. We could build a research lab and see if we can come up with anything useful there. Okay, let's give it a go.
Craft a qubit chip in the workshop. I'm gonna need 20 metals, 20 minerals, and a chip. And I'm gonna need some metals.
About time. I'm in some deep shit here.
So you're not at your destination yet?
I'm stuck. We're stuck. There's a freaking lava river blocking our way.
Do you think you can cross it?
I don't know. Still working on it. Anyway, you can help me?
I can try. I have a limited view of the surface of your planet, but there is one thing you could do.
What's that?
You have a lot of very useful tech on board that base. It's designed to overcome practically any obstacle. All you need is a properly trained crew, if you know what I mean.
More altars. Is that all you have for me?
Man, you still don't get it, do you? That's a lot. If it helps, I have some news for you. Good news and, well, just news.
Hit me with the good news first.
A rescue party is being organized.
Organized. You mean they're not on their way yet? What the hell are you waiting for?
Mr. Dolski, please, calm down. No matter how long the procession, it will always end up in church.
What?
Just a thing my grandma used to say when I was a kid and tired of doing my homework.
Except this is not about your homework.
Sure. But you gotta understand, your mission got dispatched pretty far away. We still haven't mastered teleporting.
I thought you were responsible for the navigation system. Isn't it your job to make sure we're safe wherever it sends us?
Well, that's what I'm doing right now, isn't it? Making sure you're safe. Step by step, we'll get your procession safely to church.
How long do you think it'll take them to get organized?
All I can say is, they know it's an emergency.
Wow. That long?
Don't shoot the messenger, man. I'm really trying to help.
So, what's the other news?
Well, I know you have a lot on your plate right now, but there's a request from my boss directly. Before we get you out of there, we want you to retrieve as much Rapidium as possible.
Huh. Figures. They don't want to lose their chance. Probably worthless to your higher-ups without Rapidium anyway.
It's sure gonna give your rescue mission wings, if that's your kind of incentive.
Of course.
My boss will want to speak to you shortly. And you'll see how important it is. He's not some kind of empty three-piece suit if that's what you're afraid of. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but it was his idea to, you know, let you in on the branching procedure. By the way, is your altar doing any better?
Yeah. We're getting along pretty well now. Thanks.
That's very good to hear.
Is this about you wanting to talk to him again?
No. No, none of that. My boss put it out of my mind. That's not to mess things up even more.
So, you admit it's a mess.
What? No, we just... You know what? I'm not commenting on that. Talk to my boss about it.
Tell me more about this boss of yours. You mention him a lot.
He's the head of mining operations. Great mind, very open. You'll see. Doesn't normally do this, you know. Talk to people on space missions in person.
Oh, I feel so blessed.
You should. He saved your life, in a way.
What's gonna happen to my altars back on Earth?
I don't know. I'm sure my boss will think of something. He always knows what to do.
You either really trust him or you're very good at not saying anything.
Maybe both. I'm not a natural talker.
Ever tried working on it? You know, with a professional?
Not really. But my sister wanted to be a therapist and she practiced on me when I was 5.
Oh? And how did that go?
She turned to breeding hamsters. I hope you're not laughing.
Your family seems interesting. Got any more stories about them?
It's a big family. Brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles. Yours?
I was the only child.
Wow. Can't imagine how that feels. Anyway, no time to talk about families now, right?
Okay. I better get back to work then.
Yes. Just remember about the Rapidium, Mr. Dolski. And wait for contact from my boss.
Your life path has been updated. New branches and possible alterations are available at the quantum computer. So now, we can make a doctor. Heals altars 8 times faster at the infirmary, cooks food faster. And then, I can get a shrink. Comforts altars in the contemplation room. From technician, we can get a miner. 50% efficiency when mining metals. Guard. Disciplines altars in the contemplation room. Refiner. 50% efficiency when refining enriched metals into metals and organics. And then from refiner we can get worker. 50% efficiency when crafting items in the workshop. Scientist. Can research new technologies. Botanist. 100% efficiency when growing crops in the greenhouse. Now scientist is the one I must make, so I'm gonna make him. So instead of Aryan, he decided to stay at the university. The path of science. Maybe it wasn't the most profitable decision, but Lena supports it. She said she loves our camping getaways. And the way she listened to you when you told her your plans for your PhD project motivates you like hell. Who said you can't pursue the path of science and be rich? Let's see his life path now. Research comes first. You give Lena a wave as she walks you to the bus for the airport. She's gonna be fine. It's only a few months and she's been busy with her own project anyway. You love the way two of you can give each other space. Of course, it would be great to move out of that student's dorm already, but research comes first, always. Drifting apart. The equations on your blackboard stir mixed feelings in you. The result is not what you expected, but on the other hand, you feel that familiar tingling in your stomach. You may be onto something completely new here. Oh, you completely forgot about Lena. She wanted to come and pick up her things from your place. You need to call her and postpone. This is it. You knew it would be a breakthrough. First, the grant, and now, a serious investor. How about enlarging the team? Getting an office maybe? New set of clothes? You can't go on looking like an underpaid post-grad student. There's gonna be a lot of business meetings ahead of you, Jan. Eyes on the prize. Could your research really contribute to finding Rapidium one day? Going in the direction of nanotech in space exploration could increase the chances of that. You really need to focus. Success is just around the corner. You both changed. You look at her in astonishment. Lena, is that you? Fancy meeting her at this conference. Looks like she's gone far too. Not as far as you, obviously. She's changed. Both of you have. Amazing how young and immature we were back then. Seems like ages ago. Good to see she's done well for herself. You read the contract over and over again. Ally Corp. Space mining missions want your tech on board. This must be pinnacle of your career. You worked so hard for this. Well done, Jan. Now, let's get to work. The data seems inconsistent. What could be the reason for all those failures? You've gone through it with a whole team and still, something's missing. Your tech is well tested. Maybe it's not being used properly. You've heard rumors that in the race for success, Ally Corp's sending about anyone on those Dolly missions. Maybe they need you on board. Just one final radio check and you're good to go. Time to sort this mess out in person. Scientist is cooking, 1%. 7 hours remaining. And with that, let's go out quickly. Get at least... never mind. Incoming radiation. Well, I'm just gonna sleep. Day 10. New altar is ready.
Can't get rid of it.
Technician recovered from radiation burn.
Hey, how are you feeling? Well, I'll be damned. You okay? Surprisingly okay. Especially considering what I'm seeing. Very clearly. Good. Do you, remember your name? Of course. But... I think you know perfectly well who I am. So let's not waste time. Just tell me, how much did you find? What? How much Rapidium is there? Did we get a breakthrough? Yeah, you bet. There's a lot of it. Good. That's good. Wait, how do you know? Well, isn't it obvious? I wake up seeing someone who looks and sounds like me, which has to mean we share the same DNA. Then there's the glasses. What about them? They're fake. Probably just manufactured to make me feel more like myself, but completely unnecessary otherwise, because here I am with perfectly good eyesight in the womb module, which can only lead to one conclusion. That my body was created to replicate someone who doesn't wear glasses. You. And to do that, of course, you would need to have found Rapidium. Besides, I can see no other explanation for a sheep inside a space base. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wow, you're right. That's impressive. I did create you out of my DNA. We're not identical, of course. I can see you're not as quick to process information. And that's the interesting part. Yeah. Our bodies are the same, but our minds are not. I needed a scientist on board. But there's always a scientist on board. So, what went wrong? The old crew is gone. They're all dead. That's why I needed to alter myself into different versions. With the use of the quantum computer on board and something called mind records. Oh, I see. A recalculated mind based on an infinite amount of variables to contain the desired consciousness in a biological vessel. That actually sounds plausible. So, what do you need from me now? Why don't you rest a little? Get accustomed to the new reality? Which part of what I just said makes you think I'm not ready to start immediately? Well, in that case, your situation must be critical considering the lengths you went to. Something tells me there's no time to lose. You're right. Why don't you start with going through the mission logs? I need to get the full picture first. My thoughts exactly. Good. This might work. Got a minute? We need to talk.
Sure. But first, I'm gonna make another altar. Before I do this, I wanna explain something. This game limits how many altars you can make. So in this playthrough, I won't make Doctor, Shrink, and Guard. However, I did back up a save for day 10, so if I decide to replay this with other altars, I think I'll go back to this day, day 10, and then check out other altars to see how the playthrough will turn out. And now, I'm gonna make Botanist. So this guy chooses to go with Lena. Okay, this is it. Where she goes, you follow. Time to let go of your fears and just trust her. Things will work out, as long as you have each other. Look at her, so happy about her promotion. And to partner already. Things are happening for her fast, maybe less for you. You got that job only thanks to her, you know that, but so what? She's happy, and you're not complaining. Things have never been better between the two of you. Ambition is overrated. A Dolly mission. She wanted to go so much, put her work to the test in space, but she can't. You'll have to do it for her. You're apprehensive, out of shape, and, well, you'd rather just stay at home. But it's so important to her, and you know you'll do it. You'd do anything to prove your love. You board the spacecraft with a good feeling, you've got this. And you'll be back in no time. Besides, Lena promised you she'd be in touch every day. What could possibly go wrong? So while he's cooking, let's see technician.
I'm also Jan, obviously. This will never not be weird. Anyway, make yourself at home.
Cool.
Cheers.
They like each other. Nice.
Whoa, you look tired, man. Everything okay? I don't know. Maybe it's got something to do with sleeping on the floor? Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Of course not. You have your cozy captain's bed. All right, no need to be so dramatic about it. I'll get you a proper dorm. Sounds like a promise.
Production. Let's not uphold this and this for now.
I found something peculiar on the planet. What exactly was peculiar about it? Everything. It was like a local distortion of reality. And it seemed to be emitting strong radiation. Yes. We could have expected to come across something like that sooner or later, according to reports from previous missions. Unidentified sources of radiation, unexplained electromagnetic field anomalies, distortions of matter, space, or even gravity. What are they? According to a bold theory fleshed out by Professor Frankov, they may be instances of the so-called interval. The what? Interval. In very simple terms, it's a non-coincidental superposition of potential universes. We don't know exactly why it occurs, but observations prove that under certain, not yet specified conditions, two or more parallel landscapes can coexist within a common quantum field, creating a so-called proximity plane. Yeah, it felt like something was materializing from out of nowhere right in front of my eyes. Let's keep our heads cool. It's just a theory. No one's ever proved it right. If, and I stress if, Professor Frankov's intuition is right, then the distortion you have encountered could have been a puncture point, the spot where the proximity plane intersects with our observed universe, subverting its physical balance and distorting the rules of Newtonian mechanics. We need to learn more about these peculiarities. Inform me at once if you come across another one.
So, metal outpost. Technician will do it. And I need to make them happy. So I need 40 metals for this to get them happy. I'm gonna need greenhouse eventually and a research lab. So that's 120 metals and 20 Rapidium, which I have. And I'm gonna go get those metals right now. Technician will also get some. I have 60. Production. Let's make this. Scientist will do it. And technician wants to talk about something. Dormitory. There it is. Let's get one elevator. Raise this up here. And this up here. Greenhouse. Can be here for now. And research needs 40 metals. Greenhouse. Looks really nice. Here. Raw food. Used to prepare high-quality meals in the kitchen. Raw food package 10. Used to prepare high-quality meals in the kitchen. The plantation kit takes more time to grow raw food, but uses half as much organics. Uphold 2 for now. And then in the kitchen.
I'm done here. Should I do this now?
You wanna go to greenhouse? Sure thing. Thank you. Here. Uphold 2 cooked meals. 5 mush for now. Install qubit chip in the quantum computer. Let's do it. So this will allow me to make another altar. Botanist is cooking. Now I'm gonna need research lab. 40 metals. Let's go get them. There was metal here. In the meantime, technician will mine some too. $95. Fantastic. Let's check it out. Research a solution for crossing the lava river. Queue slots. There are 2 queue slots. There's exploration, economy, base, mission. So this is what's needed. However, I don't have to do this yet. I still have some time. So I'm gonna take recycler. Module that produces organics daily. The more people in base, the more organics are produced. And the second thing I want is going to be metal efficiency. Then probably non-metal, and then base expansion. So now I'm gonna appoint scientist to research lab. And let's uphold 1 battery, 1 drill cartridge, 2 repair kits. So I'm gonna go to the greenhouse and do this. New altar is ready. Let's do it.
Hey man, can you hear me? Where am I? What is this? Take it easy. You're on strong sedatives. What the hell? No, you're not hallucinating. Then who? Relax. I'll tell you everything. But right now, we need to focus on you, just to make sure you're all right. Can you answer a few questions for me? Okay. Do you remember who you are?
I'm Jan Dolski.
Good. And what is your role on this mission, Jan?
I'm a botanist. So, wait, this is it? The mission? Did we land?
Yes. Don't worry. We're safe.
But, so, where's the captain?
She didn't make it. Actually, no one did. It's just me here.
You. What about me? Are you... Are you real?
Just as real as you.
Then, what's going on?
It's like we're alternative versions of the same person.
Wow, but why is this happening?
Okay. There was a bad accident during the landing. No one else survived. Long story short, I needed to multiply myself to survive.
That doesn't make any sense. We're not exactly the same.
Yes, we're different. You made different decisions in your life.
I'm not sure I understand.
You know what? I think you should just rest a little and read the mission logs. You'll find all the answers there.
Sure. Yeah, mission logs, so why not?
Hey, wait.
If all this is... If I mean... What about my wife? Where is she? I need to know.
She's on Earth, and we need to figure out how to get there.
Okay. What do you want from me?
We'll need all the help we can get. Someone to run the greenhouse, prep the food, so on. Trust me, you'll have a lot to do.
I'm not sure I'm ready to work just like that.
Right. Like I said, rest, go through the logs, meet the rest of the crew, and let's talk again in a while.
Yeah.
I'll see you around.
I'm gonna send you right away to the greenhouse. We're gonna uphold 1 package of 10.
Would you like me to go there?
Yes. Thank you. He already wants to work. Look at that. And now with a qubit, I can make one more altar. So I'm going to make a miner. Now again, in this playthrough, I won't have guard, doctor, and shrink, because I'll be dealing with the altars myself. I don't need doctor, shrink, or guard to deal with them. It's going to be fine. I am thinking about reloading and replaying the game with different altars when I finish this playthrough. And if you guys also want that, please let me know in the comments. Oh, and I don't know if I mentioned it, but scientist and technician are the only two mandatory altars. All other altars are completely optional. Now, when it comes to miner, he can be difficult to deal with. And you'll see what I mean when I get him. His path starts when he decides to become a miner, when he takes his dad's job, while technician is the one who declines it. So he's branching off of technician. Hard to believe you agreed. Ending up in the mine like dad. You're pretty sure he was behind that offer. But what could you do? Mom's medical bills are piling up. Besides, you're never gonna be like him. Okay, let's see his life. Be strong for her. You hold back the tears when you look at her on the hospital bed. You knew this was coming. Her health deteriorating fast in the last months. You just don't want to think about it. You hate that helplessness. Damn. Get your stuff together, Jan. You need to be strong for her. Promise her you'll make something of yourself. Keep her smiling to the very end. Extra shifts. This shift seems endless. You close your eyes and pause for a moment. Funny, when you get home, you'll wish you were back at work again. But taking extra shifts is exhausting. If only there was anything to come back to. You squint, but the words don't make any sense to you. You promise to get an education, but this is pointless. You'll just make a fool of yourself at the entry exams. Damn it. Taking that night shift was a stupid idea. Your head spins and you haven't eaten anything but chocolate bars since yesterday. Who cares about risk? Darn. This is one impressive blast. You take a deep breath. Maybe explosives is a path you should have gone down from the start. The pay is better and the risk, who cares? Finally, you're doing something useful in the mine, something not everyone can. Unbearable pain. It comes at you suddenly, the heat, unbearable, crushing, and the pain, the effing pain in your arm. You try to scream, but no sound comes out. Is this the end? The pills don't work. You turn up the music. Did that singer always mumble like that? You can't make out the words. You stumble trying to sit back down. The pills aren't working as they should. You need to wash them down with something. Good thing there's vodka. Not going back. Stop wasting your life. That dude, your former foreman, is insulting you. You'd hit him if you could. You can't work because you lost your arm, not because you like to drink now and again. Everybody does. What the hell is he thinking about? Man, that guy just doesn't give up. Mining in space? That his newest idea? Disability program? No way. You ain't gonna be nobody's mascot out there. Wait. What's that he's saying? You becoming like your old man? Get the hell out of here. You ain't nothing like that, so why can't you forget what that guy said to you? He doesn't know anything about you. How hard you tried to keep that promise. That's exactly what Dad would say. Okay, maybe you could give it a go, but can you drop the booze and meds completely? Project Dolly, it's happening. You must be mad to be doing this, a minor, with no hand, with history of substance abuse, going to space. This can't end well. They're all still working, good. So now... I could go and explore a bit more, or at least get these nodes. Before I do that, let's see production. I'm gonna need 1 mining outpost and pylons. So let's go. Now, what if I go this way? I'm gonna take this as far as I can. Then take this here, because I'm gonna make another one for that Rapidium. So I'm going this way. I could have also gone this way. And then this way. And then this way towards minerals. But I'm gonna go towards Rapidium and then towards minerals. I don't have any more pylons or machines, so let's take this. Or I can go get some more metal, because Technician doesn't want to work anymore. Let's go back. Talk to everyone.
like the new metals outpost.
Nice.
Hey, I built that dormitory you asked for. Hallelujah. I hope you sleep well tonight. I'll sleep like a full-fledged member of an advanced civilization. Sweet dreams, then. So, how are you? Settling in all right? Settling in is overrated. I analyze reality from wherever I am, however uncomfortable the angle. There's always an observation to be made. I'd love to hear what you managed to observe. This place is not run optimally. Yeah, I know. I wasn't trained to command a mission. But now that you're here, with your experience, I'd love to pick your brain. Do you think you could mentor me? Good thinking. First of all, you need to set long-term goals and draw up a roadmap for each of them. Remember to include all unpredictable variables in the equation. That way you can have contingency plans at the ready for each instance. All right, slow down. Prioritize resources. Do not waste time on idle conversations with the crew. Hide the booze. Don't be cheap on coffee. That's slow enough for you? You mean idle conversations like the one we're having now? Like the one you're trying to turn this into? I'm not falling for it. Truth is, I really wish we could make use of the tech I worked on for all these imaginary years. It would make things so much easier if it existed. So what exactly was your research about? Nanotech in space exploration. We went from a humble startup to making headlines in a few months. Taking our solutions to the front line was my dream come true. The data we could bring back. You had big plans for it. Well, now it's all gone. Yeah, I understand how lousy that must feel. Honestly, I don't think you do. But I hope we're not going to sit around crying about it. There's work to be done, here and now. That's true. Well, let's get to it then. Hey, I found this. I brought it on this mission, but thought that maybe it could mean something to you too. Oh, interesting. A motivational hoodie. Motivational? More like demotivational. I only kept it because it's really comfy. Of course you did. It doesn't remind you of all that determination and ambition that fueled my academic success. Anyway, thanks. I appreciate it. Hey, I found this. I brought it on this mission, but thought that maybe it could mean something to you too. Marie? Marie Skłodowska? Where the hell did you find that old thing? Oh, I use it as an anti-stress ball, so it's always lying around. Anti-stress ball? This duck was the first audience for so many papers I wrote. Time for Marie to get back to her proper job.
Look at the scientist. He's smiling now. Look at that. And he wants to work 12 hours a day. Awesome. I'm grateful that Jan gave me my old rubber duck. I feel inspired. And hoodie. I feel inspired. It's nice to have a greenhouse. I'm glad we have a proper dormitory now. He looks pleased. He is happy and full of energy. Looks like he's feeling okay. Miner is cooking. And with that, I can do this a bit. Oh, hold on, let's answer the call.
Hello?
Jan Dolski. Finally. I've been impatient to meet you.
Yeah, sure. You that big fish Lucas was mumbling about?
Terrence Maxwell. But yes, I am both his and your superior at mining operations. First of all, my heartfelt condolences. Losing the whole crew must have been hard on you.
Do you guys recognize this voice? If you do, write it in the comments. If not, I'll tell you in the next episode.
Not really. Barely knew them.
Well, we are all grief-stricken down here. But also excited and proud of what you have achieved. I hope you grasp the significance of your discovery.
So, do people know I found Rapidium?
We're keeping the news within a very limited circle. It's only wise for the time being.
Of course, yeah. No reason to get everyone hyped up. Might still fail.
I can see you're a grown man, Jan. And you understand the stakes. I don't want to put pressure on you, but... failure is not an option.
That's why you had me create my altars? You'd rather let me lose my mind than lose the Rapidium?
It was a long shot, I admit. But we were saving both. Rapidium and you, Jan. Do you think it was a mistake?
No. I'm glad I did it.
You certainly have a chance to experience something extraordinary. Many people would envy you.
Let's just get one thing straight, Maxwell. I know you expect things of me, but I'm no hero.
Ah, heroism. Are you familiar with the works of Albert Camus?
It rings a bell. Didn't he make that old game about rats or something?
You're probably talking about The Plague. Close, but it was a book. One about humans, too. Camus believed heroism was easy, accessible. For him, it was living a normal man's life that was a true challenge. Being decent. Doing the right thing. You are the first person to prove that we can actually excavate Rapidium in quantities that can really make a difference. A dream the biggest corporations have been chasing for over a decade now. Constantly failing. You say you're not a hero? Well, maybe I don't need you to be one. Maybe you should just carry on being a decent man, Jan Dolski.
Well, that doesn't sound so bad. Thanks.
Of course, I would lie to you if I said your work is done. You've probably noticed how different Rapidium looks in reality than on the training materials they showed you.
Why is that?
It changes form constantly. Its chemical structure is so volatile that it is almost impossible to capture two particles in the same state. A fleeting substance. Spectacular. But also very unstable.
How come it works then?
Not enough tests were run to explain that. The only sample ever found in space was researched inside a mobile base like your own, but it never made it back to Earth. It lasted long enough to demonstrate its amazing qualities, only to disintegrate somewhere between the Copernicus and the Hyades cluster.
So, you're afraid the Rapidium I found might not withstand the journey?
I know it won't. That's why we came up with a special container for it. An Ark.
You mean like a box?
A hermetic module dedicated specifically to storing and transporting Rapidium. We have blueprints for it. Lucas should send the necessary data over to you by the time we finish talking. Constructing a Rapidium Ark should be your primary focus now.
Sounds like a big task. I should get to it straight away.
It is a big task, Jan, but it's worth every effort. I hope you realize the gravity of the moment.
I thought you said you didn't want to put pressure on me.
You're right. Lucas said you had questions. Is there anything you'd like to ask me?
Do you know what happened to my crew?
Lucas showed me the records. I have a theory, but it's more of a hunch. I don't have any hard proof to support it.
What is it?
Well, I think it might have been the quantum processing unit that killed them.
What? But that's... No, that's crazy.
Do you read detective stories, Jan? The culprit always needs to have two things. A motive and a means. Well, it certainly had a means to do it.
But why?
Like I said, it's just a hunch. I'm afraid I won't have much more time for now, Jan. Do you have any other questions?
What will happen to my alters when we get back?
I don't know. Yet. I don't need to tell you this is unprecedented. There are no good practices here, but I know one thing. You can trust me and Lucas completely. But if anyone else contacts you, it's absolutely vital you don't tell them anything about the existence of the alters.
What? Why?
You know very well why, Jan. The law has been violated.
I thought Lucas said the branching was authorized.
You haven't been listening. There are no procedures for this sort of situation. There is no one who can officially authorize such an act. At the end of the day, it was your decision to branch yourself. It will be in your best interest to keep that in mind when considering the consequences.
I don't like the sound of this.
We will come back to it later, I'm sure. Right now, I'll have to leave you shortly. Is there anything else?
The branching procedure. There's a story there. Tell me.
It is something that has been tested long ago within Ally Corp. But for completely different reasons and, as you can imagine, in a much more rudimentary fashion.
Altering mind records? For whom?
I'm sorry, Jan. It's highly classified and I already told you too much. I think you deserve answers, but regarding this matter, like I said, things were tested just for a while. Not much came of it. Now, I'd love to keep on chatting, but I really will need to be ending this call soon. Do you have any more questions?
No. I'm good.
Rapidium Ark, Jan. That's what you should focus on right now. Your secret is safe with me and Lucas. Once you come back with a remedy for Earth's ailments, nobody will think of punishing you for how you got it. Remember, just do the right thing. Now, I really have to go, but it was a pleasure talking to you, and we will talk more, I promise. Until Until then.
And with that, let's do this. And I should go sleep. Day 11. With that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.